What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email that's right here. But today I'm going to hit you up with my thoughts and opinions on this new EP from Blueface called Dirtbag. Now, Blueface is a rapper who's coming out of Los Angeles, California, and just recently he made the XXL freshman list, a list that means less than half a penny to me at this point, but it still kept the buzz going that he had already built for himself over the past year. He's known for that crazy style he has, where his flow is all over the place like the hands of 8th graders playing 7 Minutes in Heaven, and he also did have that viral hit Tatiana. Whether you like him or not, you know who Blueface is, because he really sticks out whenever you see and hear him. He's got all those tattoos all over himself. He's a very tall and lanky guy, and when he raps, he's coming through with this crazy style, man. Like I said, his flow is all over the place. His voice gets kind of crackly. He's very cartoonish with it. So while I wasn't a big fan of that flow and I didn't know whether to take him seriously or not, hey, at least he had a unique style, and I could give him points for that. But all in all, I wasn't sure if he was a joke, but I guess he's not, man, because he's still going strong all this time later, and now we arrived at this EP, which, if I'm being honest with you, there really isn't too much to be said for this one. As far as the overall sound goes, the production is that new school West Coast vibe. It really seems like all these guys are taking DJ Mustard's sound kit and just making these beats that sound similar. I'm talking about lots of deep bass and sprinkled keys. So even though this EP is only 8 tracks long, it does get old very, very quickly, man. It's a very repetitive project, just the sound of it, and it's pretty much the same thing with the rapping. I will say that he actually tightened his flow up a little bit on here, so I will give him credit for that, and he does bring that high energy and unique style that does make some of these moments work. In particular, I think the song Bleed It, which is actually out there with a video, kind of like a single, I do think that's the best song on here, and it really does show you how Blueface can be kind of fun when he's at his best. Not going to say it's a song I go out of my way to listen to and come back to, but it makes me understand the Blueface craze a little bit, and it does have a catchy hook as well, so I think that's the best track on here, whereas the rest of them really aren't that strong. Now, when it comes to the content, it's the usual boasts, crypt talk, and gun bars that you've heard from plenty of rappers. So when you take that and put it over these beats that are drier than a desert wolf's asshole, there really isn't a whole lot to be said or a lot to get excited about, man. I just wasn't really interested in this one. Whether you have him and Rich the Kid on the song Daddy, just rapping about making girls bust it open for high fashion, heard it before, nothing exciting about the sound or the lyrics here. And then on Disrespectful, the aptly titled Disrespectful, I should say, he's just saying that all he has is dick and bubblegum. He's really in that lane of just coming through with that ignorant shit, lots of boasts, lots of stuff about sex. So, you know, you're not really getting anything here that's overly new, unique, or exciting. He's coming through with lots of gun bars, as I said, too, like whether he's putting holes in people like Bagels, keeping a 23 on them like Mike, toting a Mac that spits loogies, etc. I will say some of these bars are kind of funny in that way, so, you know, you might find that interesting if you get a laugh out of it. But overall, when the content and flows are just as repetitive as the beats, really hard to get excited about this one, man. This was only 8 tracks, and I was bored after a couple of songs, and it didn't get much better. It's kind of like if you ordered a big bowl of rice shrimp, and you only had like a piece of shrimp and a half in there. You know what I mean? You get 1 or 2 good little moments, but it's not enough to make the rest of it that great, unless you like bland rice. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't care. Maybe you don't want a lot of flavor, man. It's a fucking terrible analogy, but you know what I mean, goddammit. I'm just saying there's only a couple of things here that are good, and even still, it's not overly impressive, and it could be better. I think really probably the most clever line actually comes on Bust Down when he spits, "Always had me a vision, but this ain't that so Raven. Bitch, I fly like a raven. I bought her more like the Ravens." Kind of clever. Baltimore Ravens. I see what he did there. But again, this is one of those simple bass and piano beats, and it also has one of those bargain bin Walmart offset features that's not overly interesting. I feel like I've said a couple of times now in this review, you know, that something's not overly interesting, exciting, or unique, but that's kind of the main point from this one, man. It's all very standard, other than, you know, like I said, his flow and style sticks out a bit, but everything else, the content, the beats, very repetitive and normal. And actually the worst moment comes on the song Gang, where Blueface steps into the auto-croon world, which is basically taking something that's not good and making it even worse, man. It's like when Chance the Rapper was working on his Big Day album and he thought to himself, I'm gonna keep making more tracks. Yeah, that'll make it better. I'll make the Big Day a really long album and people are really gonna love this shit. Bad idea, not that great. You know, same thing here, except obviously this isn't a long project, but, you know, I'm just saying these are 2 projects that aren't good. My analogies are kind of off today, man, but a lot of this shit is just kind of coming off the top, so, you know, we're just going to roll with it. That's kind of what we do now. That's kind of the direction the channel's going in. But moving on, I would say some of the better moments on here come from the features. You do have Mozzie on Gang, and on Stop Capping, you have a decent verse from the game. Nothing to write home about, but even still, those are some of the better moments on the project, even if they don't save these songs and make them great. But Ultimately, I feel like Blueface is a very repetitive and one-dimensional artist at this point, but he does have that fun and unique style. I think if he could harness that, maybe get some more interesting production and just really improve everything, he could do better. But I am going to go with a 2 out of 5. I did think about a 1.5, but I do appreciate his style, like I said, man. He's kind of unique, and that does count for something. And I did think that song Bleed It showed you some of the potential and what he can do when he's a bit more focused, or at least when everything aligns, I'll say, even though it's still not an amazing song. But it is what it is, man. That's my opinion on this one. You guys check it out for yourself, and then hit me up in the comments section with your thoughts as usual. And of course, make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff where you show me love and you show me lots of it, man. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.